Alright, so there's a book called The Magic Thief Found by Sarah Prenius. There's like 4 books in the series. I read all 4 of them already because I just read the first one, found that one at the library. I was like, hey man, this is a great book. And I just immediately read all the other ones. But today I'm going to be talking about the 3rd one. So it's called Found, and the book is The Magic Thief Found, and it's by Sarah Prenius. And I'm going to talk about the pros and cons first. One of the pros I like, the book's not that hard to read. It's not super easy, but it's not hard to read. It's not that, it's a little hard to find. So I mean, you can just order it off Amazon for like $8, but I couldn't find the 3rd one at the library, so I had to get a digital copy. I had to buy it like online, download it. So one of the pros is it's got good descriptions of characters. I like that. It's very detailed on how the characters are and how they look in their past. You know, it's good at describing their feelings, and you get really attached to the characters. But one of the things I don't like is they never really kill off any of the main characters, and I kind of wish they did, just to make it a little bit more dramatic. But I mean, it's fine. It's kind of nice to know that none of them died, though, so. They did kill off some of the sub-main characters, but, like, the main character, none of them died. The author's really good at building suspense. The whole book is just always, like, suspenseful. And, you know, the whole tone, another thing about the tone, I like how the tone of the book, it's always just kind of stressed. You can really feel, you know, it's always kind of intense. You can really feel, you know, Khan's constant state of stress, how crazy this all is for him, and it makes you be like, man, I hope everything turns out all right for him. And I kind of said this a minute ago, but I really like how it talked about their past a lot. You learn all about all the characters. Okay, you know what? Cut that out too. Another pro is the book's pretty unpredictable. They always add new things. It's never. I don't like those books where it's always just like the same thing over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? This one's not like that. It's always a new thing. And they all just kind of intertwine into each other to create this one solid story. All 4 books. The 3rd one's got, I want to say the 3rd one is the 2nd best one. The 1st one's the best, but the 3rd one's really good. Yeah, there's just never like a time where nothing's happening. The book starts off quick, ends quick. The whole thing's always just going through it quick. So there's never, you know, how books have that boring thing in the beginning or those parts that are just really boring. It doesn't have that, which I like a lot, personally. And I think that's what drives a lot of people away from reading books. It's just that how it takes forever for the book to start. So that's nice. Cut. Something I changed in the book. In the book, there's these messages throughout it, and it's kind of it's in this fantasy language that they speak in the book characters. And you gotta take your time and slowly decrypt it all, and some of the messages are important. I wish that they had something at the end of the book or something where they just tell you what the messages were. That'll make it nice. But it's a good way to pass the time, try to script those messages and stuff. It's also a good way to pass the time just reading the book. Most books I read, I don't like. Most books I read, I don't. They're just kind of boring, but this one's not. This one's always got something to keep you in there. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's got motif like denial. You know, it's always. When Khan's going over there, he's like telling the council, which is kind of it's like the leaders, the big boys with all the powerful magic and stuff, and they're the leaders of this place. He goes in there and he keeps telling them the magic's alive, but they keep denying it. They're like, even though he's got all this evidence and stuff, stories and stuff about how the magic is alive, they just deny it, and they deny it out of fear because, I mean, wouldn't you be kind of worried too? And he lets him know Ahai Ambar, which is the predator magic, is coming for him. But they're like, no, it can't be real, even though people's dying from it. You know, it's fear. And you see how a lot today, people just deny stuff because of fear. But speaking of the council, someone I like is how you ever be reading a book and then you kind of start to get confused, like, wait, who's saying this? Which line? You know, the two characters will be talking back and forth, and you're like, wait, you couldn't exactly tell who's saying what. You gotta kind of like decode it. Not decode it, but like, you gotta really think about it a lot. What I like about this book is all the different characters. Like I said, the author's really good with characters and character development. All the characters talk differently. Conware, he's from the streets. He's got some dialect. He's got actually a lot of dialect. Nevery, he always grew up nice, and so he talks really wisely, formal. Bennett's kind of heavyweight. He's not that smart, but so he kind of just misses some words sometimes. Different characters, and depending on how smart they are, they kind of talk differently. I like that too. You can always tell who's talking just by the way that it's said. The author's really good, not only really good at making you like the characters, they're really good at making you hate characters by making those characters be, like, go against or be mean to the characters that they make you like, it's good. So you really start to form strong feelings for the characters, good and bad. So that's nice. The book's really enticing. It's good to read if you're bored. One of the things that I changed that I would have liked more is the book could be better. The book's good at describing, like, settings, but it's not so good when it comes for an action scene or when something's happening really fast. It's not so great at describing all that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of unclear. You kind of have to read it a few times. Those like paragraphs where everything's happening really fast. Like, he jumped over this guy grabbed him and he ran out the way. I wish that could be a little bit better. Now I have the digital copy, but one of the things that I really like, so I have the digital copy, but it's one of the things that I really like in the book, especially it actually happens early on. This line really stood out to me. It's right here. The velvety star-filled blackness held me there for another long waiting moment. It turned me like it was examining me, trying to figure out what I was. In my bones I felt a deep rumbling hum. Then the giant hand of the magic dropped me and I crashed to the ground. Like water rushing down a drain, the magic swirled away into the bottom of the pit. And went pop and I could hear again. Fog settled into the pit. Got on my feet and looked over my shoulder. Fist in his, okay. Wait, over here too it says, still not done with you, Blackbird. I like that line. But I like this line right here. I like this because it just really shows how good she is at describing characters, you know what I'm saying? She's good with similes and metaphors. And here made me really... This right here is when I realized... This right here is when I really realized how alive the magic is. It made me, at first I was like, okay, well, it's there, it doesn't really do anything, but it's alive. And then I was like, no, man, this thing is really powerful. And I thought, and I don't know, just the still not done with you, Blackbird line. I don't know, I just like that. I don't know why. It's still not done with you, Blackbird. They call him that because he's a gutter boy. Overall, it's a really great book. Just read it. It shouldn't take too long to read.